The Amazon is known as the largest rainforest on Earth. But what if the real story isn't the size at all? Because without understanding what truly shapes this place, the most extraordinary locations across the basin lose the meaning that makes them unforgettable. So before we travel to the most remarkable wonders of the Amazon, we'll begin with several fascinating facts, details that reveal how this ecosystem works, why it looks the way it does, and what makes it unlike any other landscape on the planet. And once you understand these facts, the places we visit later, especially the final three, will look completely different. The Amazon covers an area so large that it's almost impossible to visualize. It stretches across more than 5.5 million square kilometers. That's close to 2.1 million square miles, nearly the size of the entire United States east of the Mississippi. But what makes this massive region truly extraordinary isn't just how far it reaches, it's how it functions. And the deeper you look, the more the Amazon behaves less like a forest and more like a living, breathing organism. One of the most surprising forces shaping this ecosystem begins thousands of kilometers away, on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. Every year, roughly 180 million tons of Saharan dust drift across nearly 7,000 kilometers, or about 4,300 miles, carried by winds that sweep over the ocean. When this dust settles over the Amazon, it delivers the phosphorus the forest depends on. Without this steady supply of nutrients from Africa, large parts of the Amazon would slowly weaken. This unexpected connection, desert to rainforest, is one of the most important relationships on Earth, and most people never hear about it. Another factor shaping the Amazon is its rain cycle, which works very differently than you might expect. The forest doesn't just receive rain, it generates it. Each tree releases water vapor into the air through a process called transpiration. Multiply that by hundreds of billions of trees, and the Amazon pushes so much moisture upward that it creates its own weather systems. A single large tree can release more than 1,000 liters of water per day, that's roughly 260 gallons, into the atmosphere. This forms what scientists call flying rivers, vast corridors of moisture flowing through the sky. Some of these atmospheric rivers carry more water than the Amazon River itself, and the places they reach, thousands of kilometers away, depend on that moisture to survive. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The Amazon's atmosphere and its rivers share a strange symmetry. On the surface, The waterways branch like veins, flowing across thousands of kilometers, almost 4,000 miles, from the Andes to the Atlantic. Above them, invisible streams of air follow surprisingly similar paths. It's as if the forest has two circulatory systems, one on the ground and one in the sky. And this dual network helps explain why the Amazon can endure even during long dry spells. The forest is constantly redistributing water, feeding itself even when rainfall temporarily drops. The structure of the forest reveals another unexpected pattern. The Amazon isn't just one continuous jungle. It's a mosaic of distinct ecosystems that shift dramatically over short distances. Some regions flood for months at a time, rising by more than 10 meters, which is about 33 feet. Others remain dry all year. One part of the forest grows on nutrient-poor white sand soils, creating habitats that look more like tropical savannas. Another rises on ancient, mineral-rich ground that supports some of the tallest trees in South America. These contrasts explain why two areas, only a few kilometers apart, barely 2 miles, can host completely different species. Speaking of species, the Amazon's biodiversity is almost impossible to grasp. In 1 hectare of forest, an area about the size of a soccer field, you might find more than 300 tree species. For context, that's more tree diversity in a single hectare than in many temperate countries combined. And when it comes to wildlife, some studies suggest that a 10 square kilometer area, just 4 square miles, can hold more species of ants than the entire British Isles. This density changes how scientists study the Amazon. It isn't enough to sample one area. Each ridge, each riverbank, each patch of forest can reveal an entirely new chapter of life. But biodiversity isn't just biological, it's cultural. The Amazon Basin is home to more than 300 indigenous groups, speaking dozens of language families. Some communities maintain traditional knowledge systems so precise that they can identify hundreds of plant species without hesitation. Others preserve oral histories spanning centuries, mapping rivers, flood cycles, and seasonal winds with remarkable accuracy. found in a few remote regions, there are still isolated groups who choose no contact with the outside world. Their presence reminds us that the Amazon isn't just a natural space. It's a cultural landscape shaped by thousands of years of human interaction. Another layer of the Amazon story lies underground. Beneath the forest floor lies a hidden network of ancient soils enriched with charcoal. These dark soils, known as terra preta, weren't formed naturally. They were created by pre-Columbian societies more than 2,000 years ago. These communities mixed charcoal, food scraps, ash, and organic waste to build nutrient-rich ground that still supports unusually fertile plant life today. Even more remarkable, this engineered soil regenerates itself over time. It's one of the most resilient human-made ecosystems ever discovered. The forest soundscape holds another surprise. While some regions erupt with noise from insects, monkeys, birds, and frogs, others fall into near-complete silence. In certain parts of the understory, especially during specific hours of the day, sound is absorbed by dense vegetation and humid air. The absence of echoes creates an environment where even a small movement feels amplified. This acoustic stillness contrasts sharply with the thunderous rainstorms that follow, dropping millions of liters of water in minutes. And one final detail reveals just how dynamic this environment truly is. During the wet season, parts of the forest turn into a massive aquatic world. Fish swim through flooded tree trunks, pink dolphins move into the submerged canopy, and fruits fall directly into water where specialized species wait to eat them. It's a forest that transforms into a freshwater sea, an ecosystem built on constant change. Understanding these forces, nutrients from the Sahara, atmospheric rivers in the sky, the mosaic of ecosystems, ancient human engineering, and the shifting flood cycles, reshapes how we view the Amazon. And as we move into the most